students. This week we are going to be learning about the art making process, and I'm going to review a lot of information for your themed quarterly projects. Some questions to answer from the survey. People are worried about supplies. Don't go out and buy anything. Use what you have. Communication, if you're worried about something, just please reach out. Examples of projects, I will show multiple samples in developing competent and exemplary categories to match your skill level. I try to make the directions as simple as possible. Grading, as long as you put in the best effort, you're going to get a good grade. Exhibiting student artworks, I'm going to try and get a cool virtual gallery for us by the end of the quarter. You'll be doing Schoology discussions, and then you'll be putting artwork into media albums. The results are in for your projects, and you chose animals as your theme. Some of the materials that we'll be using will be digital materials, of course, clay, trying to think about how to incorporate that for everybody. A lot of recycled materials, of course, and then your themes are identity, emotions, fantasy, and symbolism. So the first project is something called The Animal and Me. Using the themes of identity and emotion, you're going to make an animal vessel, so some kind of container like a mug, a cup, a cookie jar, and you're going to learn your animal personality to use for the project. And then you'll make it out of clay or paper mache, digitally, whatever materials you have at home. The second major project will be a mixed media cultural creature. So using the themes of fantasy and symbolism, you can pick mythological creatures like dragons or dinosaurs. You're going to make 2 different sculptures. So you pick the animal. It could be aluminum foil, cardboard, nature, food, or recycled materials. Our timeline, next 3 weeks are going to be all dedicated to ceramics. 2 weeks are dedicated to sculpture. And then the last week will be for our art show. So now that you know about the projects and some information for the quarter, what is the actual art making process? The art making process has many synonyms like the design process, creative process, artful thinking. They all provide you a guideline on how to develop high quality artwork. It starts with inspiration, then it goes to design, the creation stage, presentation, and then reflection. For my own classroom, I have a lot of stages that we do go through. So looking at kind of like your picture here, the steps are inspiration. So that's you picking a topic. That's our themes, subjects, and media. The idea generation is you planning it. So that's going to be actually what you do after this video. Knowledge acquisition is when you learn. So these are the presentations that I show you for ceramic and sculpture information. Practice, create, revise, and refine is all when you're making your project. So practice, you want to always try out the materials. Create, you're making your design come to fruition. Revise and refine is making it look finalized. Presentation is showing off your work. Evaluation is reviewing people's comments that they have left on your artwork. And then reflection, it's always very important that you think back to how your artwork was successful. For your clay project, inspiration, you already picked the theme. Idea generation is going to be your Google form. Knowledge acquisition is going to be the Nearpod, that is lesson 2. For the next 2 weeks, you'll work on practice, creation, and revising your project. And then you'll get feedback from me through your in-progress submissions. Presentation will be in our last week at virtual exhibition. And then evaluation and reflection happen through your grades that I assign and also through the final discussion. So what's next after this is you need to take your personality quiz. So the personality quiz tells you if you're a rodent, insectivore, carnivore, herbivore, bird, or reptile. You can pick other options. So you can do something from the Chinese zodiac. Maybe you already know what your Myers-Briggs personality is, and you could pick an animal on that. You could pick your favorite animal, or you can even do other quizzes to figure it out. When you do take the quiz, some of the questions may seem confusing to you. There is a link in Schoology for you to look at those answers, and they're all also right here. So a field marshal is an example of a high-ranking officer, but this document is already on Schoology for you. The last thing that you need to do is to take the Google form as your whole planning sheet. This tells you all the different things that you need to figure out for your project. It is worth 10 points. Before you do the form, you'll need to collect images on Google. So you'll need to find an image of your animal, your chosen animal, from a side view and a front view. Then you'll need to get images of the emotion you want to represent. And then you will need to click an animal vessel. Maybe you look up an example of a tiger teapot. That way you have something to use as a resource. I hope this helps, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun this week. I miss you. Stay safe.